Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is the sequel to the original Dragon Quest spin-off Dragon Quest Heroes. Unlike the original Dragon Quest games, it's meant to be an action RPG, but more on the kind of Dynasty Warriors combat style side of things. And I say it's meant to be, because for me it's a lot more Dragon Quest RPG kind of style than any warrior games that I have ever played. I mean, yeah, you get tons and tons of dumb, brainless enemies for the most part, but with the different combat mechanics in this game, it feels more like a normal action RPG with some hack and slash features. In Dragon Quest Heroes 2, you control a group of warriors that, among other things, have to discover why an allied empire has attacked your city. And yeah, maybe it's not the best story in the world, but it's still 10 times better than most of the stories in these type of games, and especially better than the original Heroes game. While doing this, you'll recruit some new and some known characters from the original Dragon Quest games, all controllable in combat. So let's talk about the combat. So at the core of things, it's pretty much a hack and slash through loads of waves of brainless, stupid enemies. But at least this game feels a bit more like an action RPG, with multiple battle mechanics like using mana for special attacks that each character can unlock with their skill tree, a tension bar that when full you can get infinite mana for a short period of time, a buff, and a chance to use that character's ulti, which normally wipes out half the map. You can also change to the character you wish mid-combat, and that way you have more moves to play with in the middle of battle. For the most part, there's not really much difficulty with the normal enemies, most just ignore you. However, the boss battles can be pretty entertaining. There's also a mechanic where you can collect a one-time use medal from some of the enemies that you defeat. This will then allow you to summon them in combat. Some defend, some attack, some support. And if you get a boss medal, you can actually transform into them and use their abilities for a short period of time. We get a nice amount of combat mechanics, and it makes it feel more like an RPG game than a Warriors type game, which is pretty nice. As for the exploration though, I would say it's still a mix of both worlds, but maybe this time a bit towards the Warrior side of things, since normally it's just a plain open field with tons of dumb enemies. Though every now and then you will find a NPC or some treasure and stuff like that. However, when it comes to the hub areas, it is definitely a fully fledged RPG game with shops, inns, training, online, and much more. As for the sound, music is definitely up there with most Dragon Quest games, and I guess that helps giving it the action RPG feel. The voices in English are really well done and captures the character's attitude and intentions perfectly, though you can obviously play in Japanese if you prefer it.
In our power to...
Right, now we're talking! Leave it to us, big man. We'll get the hiking to help even if I have to twist his arm off.
I too shall accompany these brave warriors, your majesty.
Stop it!
The graphics are, well, pretty much the standard for these type of games, so they don't look great, but you can't complain since this anime style graphics has been going on for a long time, and it never really looks bad. And just in case you do not have to have played any of the other Dragon Quest games to get into this one, the story isn't complicated at all and has nothing to do with the rest of the games. There are a few characters and such that you may recognize if you played the other games, but that's pretty much it. So yeah guys, if you like Dragon Quest and like the warrior style combat, and even if you don't really like the warrior style combat and really like Dragon Quest, then you should definitely give this a go. So from me, it is a 7.5 out of 10. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is now available for PS3, PS4, PC, and Vita. And yeah guys, I hope this review was helpful. If it was, please go like and subscribe. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, and we'll see you next time guys.